my heart's own home, though I never really had one to call my own. Now I've been given a key by the carpenter of Galilee, with interest paid, the title's made to me. Home, where there is no night. Home, where the sun is alight. The place I've been dreaming of so long. Loved ones stand to welcome me, but his sweet face will be the first I see. When my journey's over, I am going home. Everybody dreams of going home, it seems. Lately I'm no exception to the rule. But home is so much more. Windows, walls, and doors. It's a warm embrace where a smiling face is waiting you. Home, where there is no night. Home, where the sun is alight. The place I've been dreaming of so long. Loved ones stand to welcome me, but his sweet face will be the first I see. When my journey's over, I am going home. Home, where there is no night. Home, where the sun is alight. The place I've been dreaming of so long. Loved ones stand to welcome me, but his sweet face will be the first I'll see. When my journey's over, I am going home. When my journey's over.
Good morning, this beautiful Tuesday morning, and welcome to Landhouse Radio Show on your number one online gospel radio. Of course, it is Lagoon Radio. And then here we talk about everything real estate, we talk about market analysis, we talk to stakeholders. Everyone is a stakeholder because it's either you're renting, it's either you're buying, you are doing something, but you're actually on earth, so you're a stakeholder in the real estate industry. So yes, you're welcome to today's show. My name is Ariola Olumakaiye, and you can always follow us on our social media platform. On Facebook, it is Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and on Twitter, it is Lagoonradio.Ng. And also you can download the app on Google Play Store. It's Google Play Store. No? Google Play Store and also on Apple Store. And you can always watch us live on YouTube. That is LagoonTV. And also on the website, that's www.LagoonRadio.Ng. So welcome this beautiful Tuesday morning to Landhouse Radio Show. And yes, I have with me my what would I call her? I'm trying to look at her through the screen and I'm trying to find the perfect word for her. So the one is not here to help me with the English. But have Simidele okay with me. Say hello. She's clapping for herself. All right, so welcome to today's show. And yes, today we'll be talking about location, the importance of location in buying a property. And the time is 7 minutes past 10 a.m. Yes, And yes, as always, when we talk about real estate, we're talking about investment. We're talking about investment rightly, and then most importantly, doing something that you will be proud of. So it's not just about telling people, oh, you have to invest or invest in this. You have to do it well. Whatever you want to invest in, you have to do it well. It's either you're buying a house or you're buying a land or something, you have to invest well. And like I said, it has to make sense. So there are times we all make mistakes. Real estate is all about risk, but then at the same time, there are some mistakes that are avoidable, and that's why the first thing I would always say is when you want to purchase a property, you should always consider the location of the property. The three most important factors when buying a property is the location, and again the location. Too often, I hear people talking about making decisions based on the property itself instead of the location, and that is a mistake. So what it is about the location that makes it so vital in real estate investing. The condition and price of any property can be changed. You can even change the size of the property. The one thing that you can't change is the location of that property. A great location can change an entire neighborhood seemingly overnight, and it has happened over and over again. You know, and then supply and demand are two factors that would always play a role in real estate appreciation. Property supply in great location is limited to the number of properties in that location. The location creates desirability, desirability creates demand, and demand raises real estate prices. I'll, I'll take that again. The location creates desirability, desirability creates demand, and demand raises real estate prices. There are some things to consider when looking for a great location to buy in real estate. And then, like we all know, them before I mentioned that, we all know that Lagos is actually a very, how will I say it? It's a city that a lot of people want to come and purchase one property or the other in. So now, and that thing is the location in Lagos itself. It's not every location in Lagos that would give you that appreciation. It's not every location that will give you that demand. Yes, everyone needs a house. Everyone needs a roof over their head. So they have different factors to consider when you're looking at that. Are you looking at something that would appreciate over time, or are you looking at something that will move slowly? That's where location comes in. Every spot in Lagos appreciates. Every spot, like okay, let's just say point A to point B, in between point A and point B, that location itself appreciates. So like I said, there's some things to consider. Anyone who doesn't understand how the real estate market works will tell you to buy in a good or a safe neighborhood. Well, guess what? Neighborhoods change. I've seen it over and over, and just like any other thing else, neighborhoods change. There are some places that you go to now, you'll be like, when did this happen? How did it happen? Was this place not this? So we have few places that have been the same. Like okay, we say GRA. Even now, people complain that GRA has been so busy. Unlike before, where it was this government reserved area where it's just quiet. Probably that people that live there are government officials or something. But now all those has changed. So every location changes. Also, we have the same thing in Bagada. There are some places in Bagada. I remember when I used to go there, it was always very quiet, but now it's a very busy place. So locations always change, and then you can't really say this place is a good place or this place is a safe place, because within 2 years, 3 years, we have high birth rate in Nigeria. So within 2-3 years, the way people are growing and things will just change over time. So don't buy in a good or a bad neighborhood. Buy in a neighborhood that you can see your future in. So now I've been telling people recently that Ibejuleki is a good place. I don't want to use the Yoruba, but like the interpretation of that Yoruba is even though, like sibe. So like there are some commas in Ibejuleki, but that's where you have to actually do your homework very well. You have to go and check in with the land bureau people. You have to go and check your survey and all of that. But Ibejuleki is a very, very good place. So you have to buy your property in a place where you see your future in. You're not just buying because people are telling you to buy. Oh, okay, come, everybody's going to Aja. What do you see yourself? Is that what you want? Is that where you want to raise your kids? Is that where you want to build something? Those are things you have to consider. So you have to do your research very well when it comes to neighborhood, as well as keep in mind that most of the best neighborhoods are going to be more expensive investments. Just like who doesn't like Banana Island? Like, I've not seen someone tell me I don't like Banana Island. If you tell me you don't like Banana Island, I'll tell you to please give me your Banana Island. I'll come and take something else. So you know that kind of thing. So like when you want to buy a good thing, just know that like Yorubas will say, Obeto do be something like that. Like the food that is sweet, it's money that kill it. So if you so if you want to buy a good investment, you should always know that there's money. You have to spend that money. But at the same time, there are some investments that are upcoming. Their developments are coming there. So you should see yourself in that place. You should actually buy that neighborhood. You should buy that location. You should not just buy it because people told you it's good or because you feel it's good. So that is what it is. So you do your research very well. For the best investment, you want a neighborhood on the verge of being next to the best. So for instance, you're going to, let me say Ekpe. Ekpe is another place. Let's use Ekpe. Now we're all looking at Ekpe of, what's in Ekpe? It's not just that place where they sell fish, or it's not that place. No, Ekpe is changing, Ekpe is changing. The roads are good. Developments are coming there. So you should actually see yourself like, and I always say, buy the bush now. People will come and meet you later. Buy the bush now. By the time you buy it now, by the time they get there and come and meet you, you'll have gotten your ROI. So you should buy the bush now, and then they come to meet you there. So is the area you're buying in attractive to the demographic? Who are the people you're looking at? Okay, you're planning on building a 5-bedroom duplex. Who are your target audience? Are you targeting the millennials? Are you targeting the ZX? All of that comes in play. So you should actually have your demographic audience and all of that. So if so, it is a strong indicator that you are buying in a location that is going to have strong demand, and demand raises real estate prices, like we said earlier on. The number of millennials who are choosing to buy instead of renting is growing. So this is basically for people that want to buy as young people. Millennials are the young ones, the young generation, and then a lot of people want to buy probably a condo or a 1-bedroom, something that will make them at least know that, okay, I'm getting a passive income from this, even if they're not staying there. So what are you providing for them? What are you supplying? Because the demand is growing. That is the basic thing. So when you're buying a property, you should choose to do so with a plan. The average person moves every 7 years. Every 7 years. Even myself, I've never moved in how many years. So I know basically according to research and statistics, that's what it says, that everyone moves probably in every 7 years. But yeah, I don't think it really affects us in Nigeria. We in Nigeria are different. We in Lagos, we are different. We hardly move. Our focus is always strong. So we'll be going on a quick break, and then when we're right back, we'll continue talking about the location and the importance in real estate.
You shine all around. For you
Morning, noontime, and the night. Voices, rhythm, melody. People, places, everything. Jesus, the maker of them all. Everywhere I go, I see you right in the beauty of nature. You shine all around. For you are everything, and everything is you. Precious Jesus, a wonderful wonder you are. Oh, 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 You're amazing, dear Lord. You are amazing, dear Lord. You're amazing, dear Lord. You are amazing, dear Lord. You amaze me, dear Lord. You amaze me, dear Lord. You are amazing, dear Lord. You're amazing, dear Lord. You are amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing. Jesus, you're amazing. You're so amazing. You're so amazing. Your love is amazing. Your grace is amazing. Your glory is amazing. Your power is amazing. You made the heavens and the earth by the words of your mouth. You are amazing. You are amazing. Nobody is like you. Nobody loves like you. Nobody makes like you. You are so beautiful. You are so wonderful. You are amazing. Everywhere I go, I see you right there. In the beauty of nature, you shine all around. For you are everything, and everything is you. Precious Jesus, a wonderful wonder you are. Summer, winter, autumn, spring. Jesus.
Okay, so we'll come back, and then yes, we're talking about choosing the right location, and then we said also that when you're buying a house or a property, you should have a plan. And I said earlier that everyone believes that people actually move 7 years, but it's not Nigeria. So you should actually pay attention to the people that you're going to be servicing or providing your service for. People that have demand for whatever you have. Is it your land or is it your house? You should actually pay attention to them and the future of what you're going to be doing to make it easier. So if you buy an location that is equally attractive to the largest pool of buyers, you will have much easier time when you want to sell. Okay? So what makes the location so important is the fact that you can't change it. You know, you can change the style of a house, you can change the design of a plot of land, you can change all of that, but you cannot change the location. So you also can't change how it is fixed, the amenities that is going to be there, the system that's going to be there. You can't change all that. So the first factor I would say is when you want to consider, for millennials now, when you want to consider your millennials as your target audience, school is very important because every parent wants something close to their house. Every parent wants an amenities or a service that is close to their house. So when you're buying a property that is close to a school area, for instance. You're getting a 2 bedroom that you want to rent out, and then your target audience is what they call all these people that just married. There's a word for it. Newly wedded is the basic word for it, but there's actually the first time home buyers or first time home renters. When you target a school area, because they are going to be having kids, and then they probably want the crèche or the school around the house. So it actually works fine, because school is a very important factor, whether we like it or not. And then even if people tell you that, oh, it's not good for kids to go to school early, at the end of the day, the child is still going to go to school at some point. Either it's 1 year old or 2 years old or 3 years old, the child is still going to go to school. So you can't change the fact that school is very important, and making school a very important factor in the location, especially when you consider the younger generation. And you also look at the brands of the school. You see what kind of schools are there? What kind of schools are you looking at when you're investing in a location? So it's more of, okay, I'm buying this social property. These are the type of schools that are there. They are low income schools, they are medium income schools, all those type of things are the things you consider, because those are the people that you'll be attracting. So you can't go and buy a property of 90 million naira, and then the people that are there, low income earners, and then you expect that people would come there because of the school. I don't know if you're getting the drift. So now, school A is for middle class. Apparently, they would want their kids to go to a school where middle class kids are or higher. And then if you're investing in a place where low income earners are more of, that place is where that's most likely the schools there are where you see them. So you shouldn't expect a middle class earner living in a low income place taking their child to a low income school. So that is the point. You should actually consider the school area when you are investing, when you are purchasing a property. Another thing you should consider is the transportation. And let me also say that one of the safest ways to invest in real estate is to invest in a school area. Let me just say that. And the next thing we're going to be looking at is transportation. Mode of transportation, easy and easy access. So for instance, if the person is going to be driving, how good is the road network there? Or is the, we don't even say train. If you want to think of train, you have to think very well of, is it close to close to where they can get train? So it's more like, okay, you stay at Ikeja, there's train at Ikeja. No, do we have train at Ikeja? Yes, there's a train. I think that, but I don't think there's a station there. So you stay at Ikeja. Is it close to where you can get access to boarding a train? That's the point. Or is it bus? Is it where the person stays? Is it going to be close to the busing system around there? So those are the things you should consider. If they're going to be driving their car, is the road network good? Because who wants to take a good car to a place where before you drive one, if you don't baka, their cars, the bumpers, eat something. Those are the things you have to consider, because they would come and check, and yet your place is not the only place they are checking. So they're checking other places in that area. So if they are going to be investing in a place, or if they're going to be renting a place or buying a place from you, those are the things they will look at. The transportation system. I don't want my car to get spoiled. I don't want to be on the road and then there's a big bump with water. So once rain falls, I have to start thinking of how to pass the sidewalk and all of that. So those are the things to consider. Easy commuting for whoever you are selling to or whoever you're going to be renting to as a real estate investor. Those are the things you should consider, whether they're driving a car or riding a bike, public transport, anything. You have to consider that time is the most valuable asset in the world, and that is why people would always pay to save time, to be within, to be able to get access to wherever they're going to. And another thing is, a lot of people would also like to stay close to their place of work. That idea of, oh, I'm running late. Oh, my office is just 20 minutes away. Let me get close. Let me get off. That thought of, I don't have to go 1,000 miles. So when you're investing in a place where you have business entities coming up, it's also a good factor. Let me see. Like, for instance, I know there are places that when we talk about VI, they're talking about eco. You have a lot of business entities there. I mean, big business entities. Okay, so now we also have them in Lekki. A lot of people now work in Lekki. Okay, so if you're going to be renting a place in Lekki, it should be close to your place of work. So that's why location is important. Because a lot of people would be traveling like free from one now. When you go 1 hour, 1.5 hours just to get to your place of work, and then you're wondering what happened. Something of 20, 30, 45 minutes. You're wondering why is it taking so long? You could actually tell on the person over time, and with the traffic and everything, you just get tired of working. So when your staff is not performing, or those are the reasons why people prefer locations that are close to their place of work. So when you want to rent or when you want to buy a property, they know that okay, it's close to. They don't have to have the headache of checking Google Map or how the traffic is or what is happening. So you should also consider that when you want to invest or when you're looking at your target audience. Are they millennials? Are they people that work? Are they people that would want to work close to where they are? So you go and invest there. When you invest there, they're coming to meet you there. That is the most important thing, because everyone wants to save time. And that's why a lot of people would tell you that they actually bought a 1 bedroom. I know it's rains now. That's why we have a lot of people buying 1 bedroom, all those co-living spaces. People love the idea of having access to things easily. Okay, my office is here. I rented a place here. Even if they're going to go back to Ajangbade or Ikorodu or whatever, they are getting a 1 bedroom to rent at this also place because it is close to where they are and it is faster for them. Okay, so the next one we're going to be talking about is local amenities. Local amenities, those are we're talking about the basic things: restaurants, stores, grocery stores, and all of that. One beautiful thing about it is when you actually buy a property in a place that is located to it. Okay, just in front of your house there's a grocery store, just beside you there's a grocery store or something, like where you can have easy access. I'm not saying you should go to a market kind of place where you'll be wondering who are these people around me. But a grocery store is actually a place where it's workable for you, and then the hospital just some minutes. When you invest in all those kind of places, the location is very important. People would come and buy. People will come and rent. You would always have people coming to come and purchase from you or rent from you, or whatever investment you are doing. They would always come because it is close to a local amenities. So when you have hospitals around you, schools around you, that is easy access. No one wants to go far. No one wants to stress themselves except a few people. No one wants to go through that headache of before they get into the hospital for an emergency case, they have to go something of 2 hours. No one wants to do all of that. So that is why it is important that location, when you are considering location, you look at major things: the school, transport system, local amenities. All those things are very important. And you have to make sure that you are actually seeing the future in it. Who are your target audience? Are they millennials? Yes. What are the things they would like? What are do they want to have their social life? So you invest somewhere close to where the social life is. Probably lakes. We have a lot of artificial lakes around now. Probably where a lake is, where a resort is, something that would attract them. That is why location is very important. We're not talking about the neighborhood. We're talking about the location now. Where you are buying the thing, where you are renting out your property is very, 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 very important. And then yes, so the spotlight I'll be looking at today is Ibejuleki, the development coming out in Ibejuleki, and also at Ekpe. But we'll be going on a quick break right now.
Rain of miracles.
Okay, so yes, favor is calling your name, blessings, upliftment, and every other thing will come our way. So yes, we're talking about location and the importance of location, having a good location. And I said location is a very, very important factor. So you're still on to Land House and Radio Show on Lagoon Radio. And we'll be talking about everything real estate, talking about market trends, talk about we analyze the market, we bring in stakeholders, everything, different investing tips, everything you want to know about real estate is what we do here. So you can always follow us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it is Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and on Twitter, it is Lagoonradio.Ng. And you can always download the app on Google Play Store and also on Apple Store. And then you can watch us live on YouTube. That's LagoonTV. Okay, so back to what we're talking about. I said we're going to be looking at Ibejuleki as a location, So we have different major developments coming in Ibejuleki that will always increase the value of properties over time. So Ibejuleki is regarded as the next new Lagos and major hotspot in Lagos State. This is as a result of the ongoing development in that area. I don't want to tell you to argue with anybody. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with your keeper. Just consume the information because there's nothing to argue on it. So as of recent, it has become one of the most wanted locations for investment by investors, real estate developers, and other industry-related experts. Every investor knows that in this business of real estate, location really matters and can make or mar an investment. Thus, location is everything. So, however, let's go to know more about Ibejuleki. So, I first said that Ibejuleki is one of the 37 local government areas in Lagos State with which is about 20 kilometers wide and 75 kilometers long. The name was founded from two autonomous communities, that is Ibeju and Lekki. So it is a provisional government and it is part of the 4 established in Lagos State in every year. In 1990, it was formed out of the old Epe local government with its headquarters at Akodo. Meanwhile, in connection with the National Population Commission census in 2006, Ibejuleki had a population of 117,481, while the whole of Lagos State population was 9,000 something. Okay, that's 2006. So forget about that. Forget about that census. That census is null and void already. I have counted it because the amount of people that are in Ibejuleki now. If you are coming out of Ibejuleki now, it's more like you're coming from Ikorodu. I feel, I was telling someone recently, like, I feel when you ask people to leave their house at maybe Songotedo, and then they should come to Ikeja, and you're telling someone, oh, you from Ikorodu, come to Ikeja. I feel Ikeja is even far for Songotedo people. Let me even say VI. I feel people coming from Ikorodu get to that place because the amount of people that come out from that access, it's not beans. So if the inhabitants of Ibejuleki are majorly the Yoruba tribe, as the major inhabitants, and then other people from different parts. So we'll have Awusas, of course we have Awusas now. We have Igbos, we have everybody, Edo, Benin, everybody together join. So the major language you hear is English and also Pidgin, as it is in Lagos State. But do not eliminate the local language. Some people still speak all those, their Egu and all of that. So now let's look at the massive industrializations in Ibejuleki. We have Dangote Refinery. Let me mention that one first. Because when I tell people, have you seen the Dangote Refinery? Did you see the launch? Did you see what's happening there? And you're asking me what happened. What is it about Dangote Refinery? Don't worry. People that have gone to invest there, they will tell you about it in the next 3 years. I hope you do not wait. I hope you will actually go and buy now before they come and tell you. So as they're telling you, you're also giving them your own gist back. So it is flowing one-on-one, not them telling you are consuming and you are regretting. Go and buy now. That's what I see. So we have the Dangote refinery there, which worth over $9 billion. Next, we have the Lekki Golf Course, and that is the latest in the region. We have the new Lekki International Airport that's also there. We also have the Lekki Free Trade Zone, and we have the railway. We have the Pan-Atlantic University. We have the Lekki Seaport and others. I mean, when I say others, I mean others, because a lot of development. Every day you go there, you just see something and you're like, what's happening on this axis? There are different schools there. We have Green Springs, we have Corona, all on that axis. So there's nothing like I'm looking for this thing and I did not see it there. There's nothing you're looking for that you will not see. Good school, it is. Good hospital, it is. Everything you want is there. So the prime location and property appreciation. Ibeju-Lekki is located in a serene environment of Lagos State and a perfect location for tourist centers. That is why we have the Eleko Beach, we have the Lekki Conservation Center, we have the Nike Art Center, and also many others. Thus, investing in Ibeju-Lekki keeps your property at the peak of action, whether it is for commercial purpose or for personal residence. Due to these features, property located at Ibeju-Lekki usually appreciates more than those in other locations, and this guarantees you at least 200% returns on investment in a short time and a good man. So there's also the expansion of road network in Ibeju-Lekki, which is a bottleneck at the moment, which is why a lot of people complain. It's just the expansion of the road. So let's look at Dangote refinery and the petrochemical industry. Dangote's project is one of the biggest projects being executed in Ibeju-Lekki right now. The refinery and the petrochemical industry is slated to cost $17 billion. That's a lot of money. If you now consider the amount of dollars as at yesterday, 600 and something, please help me do your calculation. And the largest industrial project in Africa. The project on completion is expected to employ about 20,000 people and more. So imagine you going to go and build a property there. Imagine you having a 2-bedroom, a block of 2-bedroom, and then what are your target audience? Is staff now. They have people that are coming there. So of course you're not investing foolishly. This is what we call pound by penny foolish, something like that. So you should actually invest in the right place. And then plus the refinery will have over 600,000 barrels of crude oil daily. Considering that, imagine the amount of people that are coming there. Okay, let's now look at it that, okay, you don't want to build residential. You don't want to build the residential, so you want to do commercial. Are you looking at Airbnb? Are you looking at hotel? Do you think it will not sell? It will sell. You will have occupancy because there are people that are going to be coming there every day when by the time you start the refinery. So those are the things you should consider. And then let me just take a quick swipe at them. Lekki Free Trade Zone. This is another major project being taking place at Ibeju-Lekki, and it is called the first smart city in Nigeria. According to reports, over $1 billion has been invested in the Free Trade Zone. The master plan for the project was to be created as a satellite city for Eco City for residents, modern industrial businesses, and trade. Then the Lekki International Airport. This is a project being handled by the Lagos State government and designated to handle up to 5 million passengers annually. The master plan has been set in place, and it is over 3,500 acres of land mapped out for it. Then also the Lekki Deep Sea Port. The Deep Sea Port is located opposite the Free Trade Zone, and it is established to handle over 6 million 20-foot equivalent units of containers. And this project has been estimated to provide employment opportunities for over 170,000 Nigerians, either directly or indirectly. Are you still looking at what I'm looking at? Or you have to move your eyes. Look at it very well. This is an opportunity for you. Come to Ibeju-Lekki, and important. And the most important thing I'm saying right now is that location is very important, and this is a very, very good location for you to actually invest in. Yes, so it's going to be a wrap for today, because we would continue the conversation next week, and it's going to be a continuous conversation where we'll be looking at different areas where you should invest in. So as always, my name is Ariola and remains Ariola Olumakaiye. And I'm happy to always be here speaking to you till sometime next week. Yes. Have a beautiful week and a day. Bye.
Now I've been given a key by the carpenter of Galilee, with interest paid, the time